Can you hear the sound?
Nope, there's no sound
Yes, but I can hear GR,
Not RJ, na?
not RJ, GR.
You can hear JR, but not RJ.
Yeah.
I think GR still mute. Oh, okay.
Okay na dyan.
It's their main.
We will settle this technical glitch at our level. Now you can hear JR,
Yes.
not RJ.
Oh, loud and clear.
Okay, good. Assalamualaikum, sisters and brothers of Gerakan Pramuka Indonesia. Thank you for allowing me to handle this first session. And to everyone joining this national TTL webinar, let me send you the greetings on behalf of the Regional Scout Committee, of course headed by His Excellency Ambassador Rusty, who is your International Commissioner, the team from the Asia Pacific Support Center, and the more than 30 million members across Asia Pacific. I would say welcome also to this virtual gathering. And please send my greetings to the entire leadership of Gerakan Pramuka. I will not mention them here anymore individually because I know they have been recognized earlier. But it is also good to note that you are letting in this webinar having a partnership with Community Development Commission, and that's good. I will give you the overview of this Ticket to Life. And I would like you to reflect this Ticket to Life webinar with the SDG, because this work on webinar has something to do with the SDG number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no? Which are education, poverty, well-being, and health. And then from those 5 SDGs, you will have to connect this also to number 17 SDG. Now, I will give you the concept of the APR Ticket to Life. I think you can see the screen, no? Okay, the APR Ticket to Life project is an ongoing flagship project of the Asia Pacific region in the Asia Pacific. And I'm happy to inform you that we will be spreading already this particular project not only in the Asia Pacific but globally. We will involve this year Inter-America and Africa. While we have this in 7 countries within the region, we have 388 scouts across 11 troops. These 11 troops are divided into these 7 countries. And for you to have some idea on how we recruit them, 42% of the total members are girls and 58% are boys. The aim of this Ticket to Life project is to enable thousands of children and young people in community with especially difficult circumstances, no? From 8 developing countries aged 11 to 12 and 15 to 16 to meet their needs and develop a plan for their lives and start a meaningful life through scouting that will prepare them to become responsible adults. No? Meaning this is future or forward looking. And what are those needs that they will require for themselves to be able to become responsible adults in the future? Number 1 is self-worth. When we say self-worth, it's the value, your value as an individual. And then second is the education, the learning, because you must be able to learn something for you to understand how to deal with people and how you will look on your future. Then the self-esteem, your self-ability to do things without the guidance of others, but having that encouragement or motivation in you. Another one is the team spirit. Well, team spirit is in connotation with the patrol system that we have in scouting, because we work as a team, we work on patrols. And another one is self-exploration. We teach our young people the necessary initiatives for them to be able to cope up the life that they are facing. And then the personal development, of course. And the personal development is all about growth, the individual growth, and this moves towards the future of every individual. Now, I will give you the different objectives. No? The objectives is to operate scout troops where there is where the community of especially the difficult circumstances are existing. These are the marginalized group of people where we can provide them. I will further expound on this. This is towards the end of my session. And to continuously advance under the progressive scheme of the NSOs. This is very simple. If you let the young people join in the troop of Ticket to Life, they follow the same advancement scheme or recognition that the NSO provide. Regardless of whatever NSO there are, as long as you have the progressive scheme or advancement scheme, then they will also do the same progression. Now, the rationale of this Ticket to Life, as you are aware, we are not a full-time NGO dealing with this subject and issue. And because there are a lot of group of companies, corporations that also deals on this. And it also came into us because we have a scouting program. And we have an advantage to other organizations. That's one thing. When we attract young people to join our movement, to join our troop, and enjoy the program of the scouting, they have that self-development in them because they progress from one rank to another. And we have an existing role in the society to develop young people, provide them with the non-formal education. Another rationale is the magnitude of the global problem is huge, and we cannot tackle it by scouting alone. Therefore, we need the cooperation, we need the partnership, and we need the involvement of all the stakeholders. And the other one is we realize our contribution to the state and global strategy. This is based on the operational plan that we have, and ensure that whatever contribution we have at the troop level is in itself a small contribution if we combine it together to the global work that we are having here. So those are the key concept and information. Now let me bring you to some of the steps on how you will organize the Ticket to Life group. It is as simple as organizing also your unit in the province level or in the area where you are, that you recruit young people to become part of the troop. But in this particular project, which is the Ticket to Life, the Asia Pacific Support Center, together with the NSO for this particular situation, Gerakan Pramuka, we will set a date on have an ocular visit. The ocular visit is important because we need to certify the existence of troop in the area. And that area is belonging to the CEDC, or Community with Especially Difficult Circumstances. And when we visit, we need to talk to the community people to check the demography. The demography will consist of the age grouping of the young people in the area, because it's important that we group them according to their age bracket, because each age bracket, in accordance with your progression scheme, will also be grouped, because each grouping has its needs and interests. the needs and interests of the 11 years old is different from the needs and interests of the 15 years old. So there's a difference. We will also check on the health profile of the members that we will be recruiting. The health profile is important because as you are aware, scouting is 80% outdoor. It's more of outing, meaning we conduct activities out of doors. And the strength of the members should be important. And another one is the basic education in the area, because scouting provides non-formal, which supplements to the formal education of the people in the community. We will also be looking on the family background and ensure that they belong to the marginalized group.
GR, can I translate it first? May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Ya, kakak-kakak mungkin dari penjelasan JR apa perlu ditranslate atau cukup jelas? Karena kalau tidak biar dilanjutkan. Nanti kami akan siapkan juga PowerPoint dalam bahasa Indonesianya untuk kakak-kakak ketahui. Tapi tadi JR sudah menyampaikan bahwa yang pertama dalam paparan JR itu disampaikan bahwa untuk Ticket to Live ini mengikut kepada SDGs. Jadi bagaimana SDGs menjadi catatan penting bagi perkembangan untuk Ticket to Live ini. Kemudian di dalam SDGs tadi ada SDG 1 nomor sampai 5 yang berkaitan langsung, dan SDGs nomor 7 itu berkaitan dengan apa yang menjadi Ticket to Live tersebut. Dari perkembangan yang terjadi ada 11 trup yang sudah terbentuk dari 9 negara, dan salah satunya 2 trup adalah di Indonesia. Nah, pesertanya itu ada berbagai macam, tapi kebanyakan putri ya, karena yang diikuti oleh mereka adalah putri. Kemudian tadi JR sudah menyampaikan ada 5 nilai yang memang ingin menjadi dasar dari Ticket to Live tadi. Yang pertama self-worth, itu tentang nilai sistem nilai yang berada di dalam gerakan pramuka. Kemudian education, bagaimana peserta belajar bagaimana memahami materi-materi yang ada. Kemudian self-esteem, bagaimana kepercayaan diri peserta. Kemudian team spirit, bagaimana hidup berkelompok, berpasukan, bertemu dengan bermasyarakat dan lain-lain. Kemudian dan self exploration, yaitu bagaimana perkembangan pribadi dan bagaimana masa depan peserta didik tersebut. Dan bagaimana cara mengoperasikannya itu adalah dengan menjalankan gudep yang masih ada atau yang memang bakalan terbentuk gitu. Kita sudah ada 2 gugus depan. Kemudian bagaimana tindak lanjutnya adalah melanjutkan perkembangan gugus depan Ticket to Live yang ada saat ini dengan mengembangkan sistem progresif di masing-masing negara. Kemudian yang berikutnya, nah ini di bagian step yang bagaimana memulai kegiatan Ticket to Live. Yang pertama adalah melakukan kunjungan bagi tempat-tempat yang memerlukan kita. Dan kemudian bagaimana melihatnya, itu dari pertama adalah demografinya. Bagaimana dari umurnya, bagaimana situasi kesehatannya, bagaimana pendidikannya yang ada di Ticket to Live tersebut. Perlu diketahui oleh kakak-kakak, Ticket to Live ini menyasar kepada peserta didik kita yang kurang beruntung pada saat awal tadi gitu. Jadi mereka yang hidup di dalam anak jalanan, anak-anak yang memang kurang beruntung itu diikut sertakan dalam satu gugus depan di gerakan pramuka. Nah, kemudian yang selanjutnya yang terakhir adalah bagaimana melihat dari latar belakang keluarganya, bagaimana kemungkinan status keuangannya, karena kondisi saat ini dengan pandemi tentu makin banyak kondisi yang memang mempengaruhi peserta kita untuk menjadi bergabung, salah satunya dalam memenuhi kriteria untuk menjadi peserta Ticket to Live. Oke, JR, you may continue.
Thank you, Brother Dedin. Just stay with me so that we can continue together.
Okay.
Now, where does the funding of Ticket to Life come from? In the regional level, or I would say at the global level of the World Organization, a huge amount of funding comes from the World Scout Foundation. No? The World Scout Foundation is our biggest funding organization for this. And the World Scout Foundation is also a partner of the World Scout Bureau in implementing several projects under MOP and in building capacity of the NSOs. Here are as you can see on the screen, we have there the other funding agencies that we have partnered with, not only to implement Ticket to Life, but also other projects that we have in the region. One is the APR Scout Foundation, where we seek some funding for our activities. We have some savings in the APR office, and we also get some donation directly. We have support from Scouts Australia, and of course the MOP Fund. The Eric Trust Fund is also another funding agency in the APR. And the General Association of the Scouts of China also provides us with a support, as well as the Scout Association of Hong Kong and Canada. There are private individuals that provide some funding also in all of the projects that we undertake in the region, coming from the Robert Hall Foundation and the Hans and Doris Imholz, who are big donors of our projects in the region. For you now, Brother Deden, for translation.
No need, I think there is I think they already know this about house.
Okay.
Ini bagaimana apa Ticket to Life mendapatkan pendanaan, dan ini adalah 11 organisasi atau baik di dalam APR sendiri maupun di luar APR yang membiayai kegiatan.
Okay. Now, how do we? What will be our suggestion to you if you will start the Ticket to Life project? While you will be getting some support from us, here are also some of the suggestions that we would recommend. You can adopt a troop scheme, which is one of the options. You can look for local or national funding agencies like corporations and individuals, because they have their own corporate social responsibility. Actually, they set aside some amount of money to support several undertakings that will fit the corporate social responsibility of the company. And you can partner with other NGOs focusing on rehabilitation. Brother Deden?
Ya, tadi diceritakan oleh JR bahwa bagaimana memulai proses pendanaan dari program yang bisa dilakukan untuk memulainya. Yang pertama adalah tadi mengadaptasi dari biasa yang dilakukan oleh gugus depan kita masing-masing, kemana saja sumber-sumbernya, kemudian mencarikan pembiayaan dari pihak lain, terutama baik dari pemerintah maupun non pemerintah. Thank you, JR.
Okay. Now, how do we fund the Ticket to Life troop? Okay. As I have explained to you on how we will organize the troop, if the troop exists already, we have some sources of fund. And how are we going to fund now your troop? One is that we assess your country situation, plan, and demographics, which is corollary to the earlier presentation that I made. And then the evaluation of the troop plan or the budget plan. This troop plan and budget plan will be prepared by the NSO itself, together with the NSO coordinator and the unit leader. Okay. If you have already that one, you need to get endorsement from your NSO, which is Gerakan Pramuka. I am sure that it would be easily assessed by your NSO which one would fit to the criteria for endorsement to the APR. And then we will have to sign a partnership agreement together with Gerakan Pramuka. And the maximum grant per year per troop is 2,000, depending on the budget plan. So this is how we fund the Ticket to Life.
Oke. Bagaimana sih pembiayaan yang dilakukan oleh APR dalam membiayai Ticket to Life? Bila nanti kakak-kakak berminat untuk itu, yang pertama adalah tadi Kak JR udah ceritakan latar belakangnya, bagaimana pembentukan Ticket to Life. Kemudian yang kedua adalah mengevaluasi tentang biasanya kita membuat rencana gugus depan termasuk biayanya. Jadi pembiayaannya berapa yang diperlukan untuk gugus depan, kemudian nanti bila kakak berminat, kemudian nanti kakak dapat mengajukan kepada Kuartir Nasional untuk mendapatkan rekomendasi dari Kuarnas bahwa kegiatan ini memang perlu untuk mendapatkan bantuan dari program Ticket to Life. Kemudian menandatangani MOU antara WOSEM dengan Kuarnas. Kemudian juga diceritakan bahwa untuk mendapatkan pendanaan tersebut maksimalnya adalah 2.000 US dollar per pasukan per year ya, Kak JR. Ya, itu jadi per tahun. Nggak banyak sih yang bisa dibantu, tapi upayakan bahwa kita juga mencari sendiri untuk pembiayaan dari masing-masing gugus depan atau unit Ticket to Life tadi. Terima kasih. Thank you, JR.
Okay. Now, how are we going to work together? I will now relate to you in the next slides how we will work together from the region to Gerakan Pramuka and to the different provinces where the troop exists. On the part of the APSC, we will develop a monitoring and evaluation plan to ensure the smooth implementation of the report in reporting the project. We will provide you with the form. Then we provide you with the funding, initially for X number of troops for a certain number of years. Okay? If you have in Gerakan Pramuka 3 troops, then we will see on your project submission or project plan how many years you are going to implement it based on the dimensions of your project. Then we will be the one to manage and provide technical assistance in implementing the project. And then we will also be organizing an annual evaluation and planning meetings for the national coordinator. And that national coordinator will be the one reporting all the troop undertaking in Gerakan Pramuka. And one important thing is we will request every troop and the NSO to submit a report regularly with financial statement, because we are responsible to the donor in terms of transparency on how we collaborate the project with the NSO and with the units. Back to you, Brother Dave.
Oke, jadi Kak JR menceritakan tentang apa sih tugas dari WSB APR dalam project Ticket to Life ini. Yang pertama, could you back to the first slide? Yang pertama adalah mengevaluasi dan memonitoring program yang kakak-kakak lakukan selama kegiatan kemarin-kemarin, seperti yang ada 11 truk tadi yang sudah diceritakan. Jadi mereka memonitor 11 truk yang mengajukan pembiayaan. Kemudian menyediakan pembiayaan kepada setiap truk per tahun, tadi yang sebesar 2.000 per tahunnya. Kemudian manage dan menyediakan bantuan untuk bagaimana melakukan program tersebut. Jadi tadi mengasistensi bagaimana berdirinya suatu gugus depan Ticket to Life project. Nah, next slide, please. Dan yang keempat, yang utama adalah melakukan evaluasi dan melakukan bagaimana membuat perencanaan dalam kegiatan di setiap gugus depan. Kemudian yang utama bila sudah mendapatkan bantuan, terutama untuk program ini, agar juga segera juga itu ada 2 hal yang perlu dilakukan, adalah melaporkan baik financial statement maupun laporan tertulis lainnya, termasuk data dari masing-masing anak dan perkembangannya. Oke, finish GR. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, what will be the responsibility of Gerakan Pramuka Kuarnas? No? Kuarnas will appoint a national coordinator for this project to oversee the project implementation. Your national coordinator is appointed already for this purpose. The NSO or Gerakan Pramuka should ensure that funds remitted by WASM and APR are forwarded to the project. And it should be made available always to support the operation of the project. Okay. And the NSO should also contact private corporation to get more funding, because I am sure that our support is not enough in running the affair of the unit, especially if you have several troops. So if you contact private corporation, they have a fund, as I mentioned earlier, under their corporate social responsibility initiative, some amount of money that could support your project if it falls on their criteria. Back to you, Brother Deden.
Baik, yang berikutnya slide ini tentang menceritakan tentang bagaimana tanggung jawab dari Kuarnas. Dalam hal ini Koordinator Nasional telah menunjuk NSO koordinator yaitu Kak Roma untuk sebagai penyambung lidah di antara Kuarnas dengan Asia Pacific Region. Dan tugas beliau adalah memastikan bahwa pembiayaan yang disampaikan oleh APR sampai ke gugus depan tersebut, dan sebaliknya menyampaikan juga laporan, menagih laporan dan lain-lain, melaporkan laporan dari gugus depan sampai ke pihak APR. Jadi sebagai penyambung lidah di antara kedua pihak tersebut. Kemudian juga yang berikutnya adalah membangun kerjasama dengan pihak lain, terutama adanya CSR dari berbagai kerjasama yang dilakukan, termasuk misalnya dengan perusahaan maupun dengan pemerintah. Back to Gia.
Good. Now, from the NSO, I will now provide you the qualification of the unit leader. I understand that Gerakan Pramuka has a set of qualification on how they will recruit unit leaders, because that is in your policy, organization, and rule. That is also in your structure, but nevertheless, let me give you in brief the following qualification. The unit leader must possess zeal to work and has that commitment. No, when we say the zeal, it's the ability, no, the capability or commitment to contribute in improving the lives of children, because these children need care, because they belong to the difficult circumstances area, especially if they are marginalized and street children. We prefer that the unit leader should have completed the basic training course for unit leader, or if he has a wood badge, better. And practical knowledge of written English, spoken and written English, no? And has the capability to implement the, next slide, the youth program of Gerakan Pramuka. The unit leader will have to conduct regular troop meeting every Saturday, and he or she should ensure that records are kept, because we need all those records of activities, equipment, materials acquired especially for in running the project. And there should be an FB page for the troop, because that's one way of monitoring the activities of the unit. And your unit leader should help the national TTL coordinator to prepare the quarterly report and other necessary documents or reports that will be required by our office here in Manila. Back to you, Brother Deden.
Thank you, GR. Jadi ini disampaikan tentang syarat-syarat menjadi pembina gugus depan Ticket to Life. Yang pertama adalah memiliki waktu dan mampu membantu, berniat untuk membantu anak-anak yang memang kurang beruntung ini, karena mereka berasal dari banyaknya orang-orang yang tidak mampu, sehingga memerlukan kesabaran dari kakak-kakak pembina dan upaya-upaya yang maksimal dari kakak pembina sebagai para pembina di gugus depan tersebut. Kemudian syarat keduanya adalah minimum pernah KMD atau KML, Jadi bagi kakak-kakak mungkin yang lebih masih di Dewan Kerja, ya harus KMD dulu ya, itu yang lainnya, apalagi yang para pembina, mohon untuk segera KMD dan KML. Kemudian yang paling utama adalah bisa bahasa Inggris, karena memang form-formnya harus dalam bahasa Inggris dan harus diisi dalam bahasa Inggris, sehingga kalaupun ada kesulitan segala macam untuk menerjemahkan, nggak apa-apa kan, banyak search engine yang bisa membantu kakak-kakak untuk menerjemahkan apa yang kakak-kakak lakukan di kuis depan. Kemudian mengimplementasikan program peserta didik, yaitu misalnya berbagai kegiatan-kegiatan, misalnya pemerolehan SKU dan lain-lain, kemudian SKK, SPG, dan tentu kegiatan-kegiatan yang bisa dilakukan oleh kuis depan. Kemudian yang utama adalah melakukan latihan rutin, gitu, setiap seminggu sekali. Kalau lagi pandemi ini memang rada-rada susah ya, tapi itu harus dilakukan. Jadi memang harus ada pertemuan rutin yang bisa dilakukan, bisa temu muka maupun daring. Kemudian mencatat apa yang data-data tadi ya, perlengkapan yang dimiliki, kemudian peserta didik yang nama-nama peserta didiknya, perkembangannya seperti apa, kemudian ada sarana prasarana yang dimiliki apa saja yang memang diperlukan oleh proyek. Kemudian menjadi administrator, jadi harus punya FB-nya page, jadi kakak-kakak buat sendirilah untuk FB page-nya untuk kuis depan masing-masing. Kemudian membantu nasional koordinator, yaitu tadi Kak Roma, untuk menyiapkan semua laporan dan kebutuhan material yang diperlukan oleh Asia Pacific Region.
Okay, very good. I can pick up some of the words from bahasa.
Bahasa.
Now, for the expansion, I would like to expound here on the 2021 Ticket to Life expansion. Next slide. Okay, how are we going to expand the Ticket to Life? You can look at the street children and youth. I am sure there are in the different areas of the very big island of Indonesia. You can also look at children and youth affected by conflict or disaster during the humanitarian setting. And you can organize at the refugee camp or internally displaced people. It's also one area where you can organize the Ticket to Life and expand. Children and youth affected by HIV in the health centers, and children and youth living with disabilities. If you have here, you can also expand the Ticket to Life to an orphanage, which is being managed by either public or private company. If you have some ethnic community, that would be a good area also for Ticket to Life expansion. And if you have children in conflict with the law or with the society who are in juvenile facilities or youth detention centers, then you can also invite them to join Ticket to Life. So these are some of the areas at the moment where you can expand Ticket to Life aside from the communities with especially difficult circumstances or the marginalized communities where you can find them. So Brother Dylan, please explain it.
Ya, untuk tahun 2021 ini Ticket to Life bukan hanya ditujukan untuk anak jalanan saja, tapi ada 9 lagi yang dikembangkan saat ini. Yang pertama adalah tadi anak jalanan atau pemuda yang hidup di jalan raya. Kemudian mereka tinggal di jalan raya dan memang biasa hidup di jalan raya. Kemudian yang kedua adalah anak atau pemuda yang kena masalah tentang kebencanaan atau konflik kebencanaan. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah pengungsi. Ini juga bisa. Kemudian internally displaced special people itu apa ya Kak lainnya? Oke. Saya belum dapat ininya. Kemudian yang berikutnya adalah anak dan pemuda yang memang berdampak dari HIV. Kemudian anak dan pemuda yang memang PBK nih ya, pramuka berkebutuhan khusus, biasanya dia nggak bisa lihat, cannot see, blind, physical disabilities, they have physical ability yang seperti misalnya nggak punya tangan, nggak punya kaki dan lain-lain. Biasanya ini kita ada Gude PBK. In our Indonesia, we have pramuka berkebutuhan khusus, Scott with special needs, Kak GR. And then ini adalah anak yatim yang hidup dalam misalnya panti, bisa baik milik pemerintah maupun swasta. Kemudian minoritas etnik, misalnya yang memang etnis minoritas yang di satu tempat yang memang enggak hidupnya juga terbatas gitu ya, terisolir. Kemudian yang berikutnya adalah anak yang memiliki konflik dengan hukum. We have Scott in young Scott in jail in Indonesia. In Indonesia, so they are in the prison, but we help them as a Scout.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, before I close my session, I just wanted to extend the appreciation to all the participants for joining here, more than 100. It's really a good number. And I also extend the appreciation to the team members who are initiating this webinar, as well as to our resource person. Please take note, this webinar will specifically focus on Ticket to Life. So I would like to encourage all of you to actively part in this webinar for you to have the opportunity to learn on how you will organize, implement, and maintain the troop. So be the first to gain the knowledge and join us in be part of the scouting aim of providing a better place for the marginalized young people. So happy scouting to all of you, and I look forward to a very dynamic interaction. If you would want individually, you here, to get more information, you can go to our website, so scout.org Ticket to Life. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Gerakan Pramuka. Salam Pramuka.
Salam. Thank you, Brother GR, and hatur nuhun Kang Deden for translating Brother GR. Saya kira secara umum kakak-kakak pasti mengerti apa yang disampaikan oleh Regional Director kita, dan Kak Deden sudah berusaha juga untuk bisa menerjemahkan secara konteks. Jika ada pertanyaan terkait sesinya GR, silakan tulis di kolom chat, atau jika ingin langsung open mic, please do raise hand. Kita ada waktu sekitar 3 menit, 3-5 menit untuk Q&A. Silakan kakak-kakak semua. Semua paparan presentasi akan di-share oleh panitia kepada kakak-kakak semua, jangan khawatir. Bahkan nanti akan diusahakan untuk bisa diterjemahkan terlebih dahulu. Oke, ini ada Kak Inang Winarso dari Kota Tegal akan bertanya open mic. Kak Inang, nanti kami persilakan, silakan langsung ke poinnya ya. Jika bisa dalam bahasa Inggris silakan. Kalau tidak nanti Kak Deden akan senang hati untuk mengalih bahasakan lagi. Kak Inang, silakan.
Oke, terima kasih. Thank you for your presentation, Mr. GR. It's very useful and also very impressive for me, because this is the first time I know the project of Ticket to Life. I will ask about did you have baseline data about the total number of the children with any problem in the street in the Asia Pacific region? Thank you very much.
Okay, GR, do you want to summarize all the questions and then you can return to them, or just one by one?
I can reply already to the question.
Please.
Actually, we have data submitted by the NSOs, no? But these are raw data. as you are aware, the data on areas of a country with different with a community of especially difficult circumstances varies from one country to another. So we only capture areas that really needs or that we can provide support in running the Ticket to Life. Thank you.
Thank
Ya, Kak Inang cukup ya?
Ya, cukup.
Ya.
Nanti saya cari data berarti di Kuarnas mungkin bisa.
Ya, nanti ada narasumber dari kementerian yang mungkin bisa kita gali lagi sama-sama lebih dalam. Makasih Kak Inang dari Kota Tegal.
Can I add, Lion?
Please, yeah, sit.
Yeah. I will paste a link in the chat box. This is a study made by the Asian Development Bank, but it's not recent. It's 2003.
Okay.
But then it can help. This is the picture of the street children in the Asia Pacific region. So again, it's not recent. It's October 2023. So as the regional director has said, there is no accurate census on the street children, precisely because they are street children. No, they are in and out of the street. So, but I will share this document to those who are interested. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Parasit. Okay, next question. Kak Berta Niken dari Pringsewu, Lampung. Suaranya kecil, Kak.
Oke, thank you Kak Layoneto.
Yep. Mungkin ada kakak yang di sebelahnya, itu speakernya dimatikan atau jaraknya aja diatur. Silakan Kak Nika.
Okay, thank you Kak Layanento about this time. Please, my name is Berta Niken from Kuarca Pringsewu, Kuala Lampung. I want to ask about how to make a secretariat, please, secretariat about Gugus Depan. And then how many children are access by maximum and minimum? And structural organization about Gugus Depan. Thank you.
Gugus Depan is a troop, a scout.
Can I reply to that?
Please, you can reply on that.
Yeah. Basically, our troop is composed of about 32 members, no?
32 members, okay.
8 in every patrol. So 8, 8, 16, 32. And you may increase that to 35.
Okay.
But that's the composition of the troop.
Oke, Kak Berta, ini kan cukup ya. Jadi sama kayak struktur kita, 32 dan tiap regunya ada 8. Mungkin bisa kalaupun extend jadi 35. Lanjut ke Syawal, Mai Putra, Payakumbuh. Ya. Okay, Jar, there's a question from Shawal. So, for establish the TTL group, so are we merged with the existing scout group or we can just build the different one, special just for the TTL project.
Okay, you can do both.
Okay.
If
There
some
is
of
an
the members
existing.
in the existing drop already for migration reason, that's one, or
and
for
recruit.
transferring of residency, no, or sometimes they got the highest badge system already, or change to another higher level of education, then there is a reduction of troop members. So if you have a new member, you can bring them into the old troop. But if the entire troop is still existing and you would want to create a new one, then
That's
that's
also
possible. It's not a problem. Did you get it?
Ya, Kak Syawal mengerti secara konteks, jadi bisa dilakukan dengan kedua-duanya. Oke, baik. Thank you, JR. Ada dua lagi yang raise hand, Kak Yulia Medan dan Kak Mada Agung. Ini dua penanya terakhir ya, dua penanya terakhir, dan sisanya pertanyaan-pertanyaan lain silakan tulis di kolom chat, nanti akan dihimpun oleh panitia dan akan direspon selama workshop ini berlangsung. Nah, panitia jangan lupa untuk merecord chatnya. Okay, we have another two question from Kak Yulia dulu ya, silakan Kak Yulia. Unmute first, Kak Yulia.
Okay. Thank you, Brother JR, Kak Lion, for the opportunity. We are very interesting with this project, yeah. But I have one question. Can we do it collaboratively with the government or NGO, which is already existing in the town, in the city, you know, because to manage a troop, it needs some supports, yeah, like maybe small funding to start. But if we do it collaboration with the government, for example, provincial social department, yeah, social department, or NGO. I know some NGOs working in our city in Medan, working for street children and orphanage. Can we still call it Ticket to Life projects of Scouts? That's all my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I reply to that, Brother Lion?
Please go ahead.
Okay, my answer is yes. You can partner with any of the NGO, government, or government company, so that they will help you in delivering the program of the scouting. We knew that every private company has their CSR, the corporate social responsibility. If they are willing to support Ticket to Life in building the future of these marginalized young people, that would be great. You can combine all together and call them still Ticket to Life, because Ticket to Life means you change the life of the marginalized young people to build their future. Thank you.
So, thank you, JR. Kak Yulia, you got it? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, our next participant from Bali. Yeah, okay. Kak Made Agung Ariasa. Silakan Kak Made.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Lion Ento, for your time. Hello, Mr. GR. How are you?
Agak keras sedikit Kak Made.
Hello, Mr. GR. How are you?
Good. Lanjut.
Yeah, nice
Very good.
to meet you here again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
it's a
ask
long
your
time.
question?
Okay.
Can you ask your question if I go to?
My first question is regarding about the youth program that emphasize on the Ticket to Life. Can we make some additional program regarding about knowledge and skill that based on our local genius?
Yes.
Can I answer your question if I go to Bali first?
It's okay. Welcome to Bali.
Okay, you can incorporate your local program to the Ticket to Life existing program as long as that program is within the component of Gerakan Pramuka scouting program.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Kakak semua, JR akan bersama-sama kita selama 4 hari ke depan. You will stay with us for next 4 days, right? So, jika ada hal-hal yang kira-kira nanti memerlukan beliau untuk merespon pertanyaan-pertanyaan, JR akan senang hati untuk bisa merespon kakak-kakak semua. Dan karena waktu, kita akan break sejenak selama kurang lebih 5 menit untuk selanjutnya sesi berikutnya yang akan dibawakan oleh Miss Lau Hoilin dari beliau adalah salah seorang WOZON consultant dan juga berasal dari Persekutuan Pengakap Malaysia, salah satu pelatih pembina pramuka di sana. Beliau adalah rekan kami, kita sudah lama sama-sama bermitra, bekerja sama, dan saya yakin kakak akan mendapatkan banyak insight dari Miss Lau, salah seorang yang menguasai area pendidikan sebagai bekal kita nanti untuk berinteraksi dengan anak-anak. Baik, kakak semua, kita break sejenak selama 5 menit untuk mungkin melemaskan badan kita. Yang nggak puasa silakan mungkin mau minum dan jangan kemana-mana, nanti akan kembali lagi bersama Miss Lau. Selama waktu break kami akan memutarkan 1 buah video dan ketika video ini habis diputar dan kakak-kakak berkenan untuk langsung mulai kembali. Terima kasih.